Hey guys, it is Lance from Three King Firearms today, and today I am going to go over probably one of the most expensive things I own. This is my helmet setup. So this is a large KRY airframe. The reason I chose an airframe is living out here in the desert. Gets very hot, and having that airflow from these two different, what would you call them, plates? Two different shells, I guess?
Yeah, the two halves of the shell.
Yeah, the two halves of the shell is really, really nice. So it's a tan airframe as a base. I have upgraded Team Windy pads, Zap pads or something, whatever they are. They're not the cloud liner system. They're not the most expensive. They're not the 4Ds. They're just kind of middle of the road for pads. They're better than the stock pads. The cover is probably the most prominent thing. Literally tomorrow, from the day of recording, my new Peraz Designs frog skin cover arrives. This is a Peraz Designs multicam arid. Looks really good on here, but I wanted a beach frog skin just because that's the Marine Corps, baby, and that's what we do, I guess. I don't know. You might be looking at this and thinking, wow, that's kind of a lot of shit on here. I would argue that it is not a lot of shit. So probably the most prominent thing I have on here is my my ear protection. If I really have to explain to you why I have ear protection mounted on my helmet, please go somewhere else. I don't want your views. But other than that, I have two lights. This light right here is a S&S Precision Max mount. It uses a Surefire KM1 Echo head, and that is a white light, which I can actuate right now, and in IR, which, because I'm filming on my iPhone, should be able to show up. So the reason I chose this over like a pick mounted rail or whatever is really the adaptability that this light has. So it's a single cell. As you can see, I can rotate it all which ways I want. This is a nice bright white and IR admin light. And I wanted something nice and bright. I've used it a whole bunch when we've gone out shooting here in the desert, and it's really nice to have, especially cleaning up here in the dark when we do a night vision shoot or whatever. The other light I have is over here on my left-hand side, and I wanted to distinguish between the two sides because I wanted to go, okay, this is my high bright admin light, and my IR light on my right-hand side. On my left-hand side, I wanted a low light. So this is a Princeton Tech Switch MPLS. This is the 2 red, 1 white. So it has a low red, a high red, and if I hold it down, it's got a low white. This is, you might be interested in what this mount is. Actually, it comes with the Princeton Tech. It's like called the over the rail mount, whatever it is. It mounts under the rail onto the helmet. I don't know how well you can see, but onto the helmet here. And it's super low profile. It's exactly what I want. I lose some patch real estate, but whatever. I'm not here to really be a billboard. Up front, I'm running a Wilcox shroud. This is the, I don't know, the adaptable shroud is what I call it, I guess. But it basically has this built-in lanyard. Me and Damien both run this shroud because we wanted that built-in lanyard because it's really nice when running nods. Is it the best thing in the world? Eh, not really. Up front, I'm running a Wilcox L4 G24. This is for my PVS 14s. So the reason why I'm not running like a Neurodos or something is I really wanted to go and have adaptability to move up and down with dovetails. And what I mean by that is that Damien and Tony both run PVS 15s. And every once in a while we're running, there's someone running PVS 31s. And those all use dovetail mounts. So even though I'm currently running a PVS 14, I went with a dovetail centric. And this is probably the best on the market that you can get is the Wilcox. Up top is a IR light. This is the Unity Tactical Spark. This one's in IR. This one is in red. The only reason I really went with the Spark is because they're like 16 bucks. And I really don't want to spend $200, $300, $400 on an IR illuminator when I'm not ever really going to use it. So whenever we do night vision stuff, I just click this up here. It's enough for identification marking. Red is enough on the back of my head if we ever go do shoot house stuff, or if I just want to be kind of seen at night under the visible spectrum. Probably the thing I'm most proud about on this helmet is this counterweight pouch. So we're losing a little bit of light here. I'm going to try and pick this up a little bit. long story short, I love the TNVC Mohawk. The problem is I don't like the Mohawk portion of the Mohawk. So what I did is I went on Amazon, I bought a $17 Chinese replica, and I cut the top off, and I used shock cord to hold it down a little more. And basically, this gives me counterweight and battery storage. I had some lead tape based off of what I do for work that I folded up into 3.5 ounce strips. And that's my counterweight. So even though I'm running a PVS 14, it's not necessarily the heaviest thing in the world. Being able to have that counterweight for that pound and a half that's on the front of your head actually really helps. And it's really nice to run those 14s. I can run them much longer than I ever could in the Marine Corps with my standard ACH. The last thing I'm going to touch on is on these contacts. These are 3M Peltor Contact 3s. I have the dynamic fuzz Velcro that goes on here. It's specifically cut for these headsets. And then I have, God, who makes this? KOFFIN WURKS. KOFFIN WURKS makes these little things. This is called the KRYPT. They have another little portion called the, they have another similar style called the Crunk, I believe. These are really fantastic. It really keeps your down leads out of the way. I don't like wrapping them up in the backpack here. So yeah, so that's my helmet setup. As always, things are subject to change with these. Damien has a pretty similar setup, but it's different in his own way, and we'll get to that eventually. But my name is Lance from Three Kings Firearms, and I appreciate you guys watching.